For many years of my life, I struggled with overcoming discomfort. I associated the pain and discomfort in general as something that wasn't good. I saw it as a threat. So whenever I felt the emotions that were linked to discomfort, instead of acting on it, I would run away from it. I would run away from discomfort, and as a result, I would be unhappy. But I never understood why I was unhappy. I never understood why it got me to be depressed. There would be a challenge that laid on my path, and my hands would become sweaty. My heart would start racing. I'd become a bit more nervous and start scratching my leg or my neck. But whenever I did act on it and persevered, I felt good. So I was wondering, wait, why am I happy when I pushed through discomfort? And why am I unhappy when I don't persevere through discomfort? Well, it's actually very easy because we grow by being in discomfort. We grow by going through the pain because that means that our level of taking on bullshit basically increases. It makes us more confident. It makes us more secure. It makes us have less doubts about ourselves because when something bad, seemingly bad, appears in front of us, we can just persevere. We can just push through and we can just make it happen. An issue that I've experienced myself is that for many years of my life, I was being held back by my environment to not take any risks, to not do anything that is uncomfortable, to always have some sort of comfort bubble around me to make sure that I'm protected and that I'm feeling nice. But then when I was thrown into the real world, when I had to go to work, when I had to deal with people whose characters are quite disgusting to manage, I was unable to do that. I wasn't able to manage uncomfortable situations. So what would I do? I would look for a safe space. I would look for a bubble. And what is that bubble for me? That was this room. And I would lock myself in this room and I would be distanced from everybody. And most people would be wondering, why the hell are you doing this? Why the hell are you disassociating yourself from the world? Why are you running away? Well, easy. I don't know how to handle discomfort. And as I didn't know how to handle discomfort, I didn't even know at the time what discomfort was. That led me to be depressed. For many years of my life, I was unhappy. It felt like I was making any progress in my life. Nothing, just pain, just wallowing in my suffering, lying in bed. I would complain about everything. I wouldn't even be grateful for the challenges that were presented in front of me. Nobody ever taught me how to do this. What the fuck? It was like this one moment that I was on YouTube and I was watching a Joe Rogan podcast of former UFC fighter, Georges St-Pierre, GSP in short. And he was talking about adversity. And that was the first time that I was genuinely introduced to adversity. So I was like, what is adversity? And he was explaining, adversity is a challenging situation that you are in. And he was telling us that you have to go through adversity because the people who are the strongest, the people who have the greatest mentality, the people who have the strongest mindset, who can manage the most amount of bullshit are people who have been through a lot of adversity. My mind completely opened and it clicked for me. That's when I also realized that, fuck, I have been living so comfortably. That's why I am not growing because I am not pushing myself past my limits. That has opened my mind to the fact oh, okay, I'm insecure because I don't know how to handle the hardships of life. I don't know how to deal with life. So as I don't know how to deal with life, that makes me feeling very insecure. Because whenever something would happen, I know for a fact that I would crumble. I never wanted that to happen authentically. The natural version of me wants to persevere through adversity, wants to go through discomfort, wants to be able to do that. Why? Because most likely my ancestors have been through, well, not most likely, they have been through a lot of discomfort. They have been through a lot of adversity. So now in a modern world where everything is comfortable, where everything is made to have life be easy, it contradicts all the years of experience that our ancestors have been through. That perhaps maybe this is the reason why there are so many people who are depressed, why there are so many people who are insecure, because we are being fed this idea that we have to live a stable and comfortable life. But what if we take out this safety net? What will happen to us? Well, chaos will break out, most likely with ourselves, with our identities. But undoubtedly, we will become the strongest version of ourselves, and there will be many more strong individuals. Something that I notice is that a lot of men are weak. A lot of men are pussies, so to say. They don't know how to take on challenges. They don't know how to overcome challenges. And I was one of them. Like, there was a time where I genuinely thought to myself, why are there more women who are stronger than me mentally? Why are there more women who are stronger than their boyfriends? Well, because we men have been tamed, so to say. We have been calmed, while women who have been through a lot of issues, like in the modern day, being raised without a father, getting cheated on, being left out for the wolves, they've been through so much discomfort that it has made them into stronger individuals, while men are somewhat protected in the sense that they're being pampered. Let me just say it like that. They're being pampered by everything and everybody. Their mothers are pampering them. I've been one of them. I was pampered for my entire life. I didn't know how to manage discomfort because I was being pampered. Everything was being done for me. And as everything was being done for me, I was not building the skills that were necessary to survive in the real world. So that when I entered the real world, I was getting eaten by the wolves. So when I realized this, which was back in 2022, I was like, fuck, this is an issue. I have to put myself into uncomfortable situations. And that is when I then took on a leadership role in order to make sure that I am dealing with hardships, that I'm dealing with a lot of bullshit, and I have to remain in control of my reactions. I have to remain in control of the words that I say. I have to not allow the reactions of other people to get me annoyed. I have to remain stoic, so to say. I have to become unfazed by everything that is happening. And that has made me turn into a stronger individual. What I also started doing was I joined a martial arts club. I started getting beaten up. So the discomfort that I was facing right then and there was when I was getting beaten up, I didn't want to get beaten up, so I had to learn how to fight. Learning how to fight is an absolutely crucial thing, not so that you only know how to defend yourself, but also because of what it does to your mindset, what it does to your mentality. Maybe that is the reason why all of these UFC fighters who are going through harsh situations are so mentally strong. There was like this video that I saw of a UFC fighter, and he said in the 5th round, both fighters are tired. But at that moment, it's the battle of who has the strongest mindset, who is not willing to give up. That opened my mind to the fact, like, fuck, adversity, discomfort, instead of being protected from it, I have to put myself willingly in front of it. I have to be in discomfort. I have to feel nervous. I have to feel the sweaty palms, the anxiety of, fuck, something could happen. The fear that is linked to it, like, shit, this is an uncomfortable situation. I don't know how to handle it. But still willingly persevering and pushing yourself in that situation. Because the more you do that, the more exposure you get to it, the more experience you get in overcoming it. And as you get more experience in doing that, you will be more confident. Now do that for every area of your life. How will that not turn you into a better version of yourself? It's logical, isn't it? Now the thing is, you have to do it. So that's why you have to remind yourself to push yourself through uncomfortable situations. So every morning, before I do anything, I sit down and I grab a piece of paper and I write down at the top mindsets. And then I start just jotting down everything that comes to mind when it comes to putting myself in uncomfortable situations, reminding myself of the benefits of what it does to me. As you do this every morning, before you do anything else, that already sets the tone of how you want your day to go. So that whenever an uncomfortable situation arises, you remind yourself, you're being reminded of, fuck, yeah, I gotta do this. I made this promise to myself in the morning to do that. Of course, in the beginning, you won't succeed. I'm just going to be honest. It's going to be difficult. But the more you do that, the more you will be reminded, and the more often you will start doing it. And eventually, you will become more confident. You will feel better in your skin. There won't be that many challenges that phase you, and you will feel like you are standing on stable ground. Now, that is what I call stability. So I hope this video has been of value for you. If you want to learn how to manage your emotional behaviors to make better decisions, click the first link in the description box. And always remember that you are 100% responsible for the results in your life. Make the hard decision today, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, bye-bye.